It's been a while since we've gone over the morning routine. So, guess what we're going over today? The routine that I have that I think you would benefit from deeply. If you would implement this to your daily life, I was inspired for the morning one, and then the evening one we're going to go over tomorrow. I was inspired by Hal Elrod years ago when we first talked. And then he has his own morning routine. I thought, well, let's make one for me. So I hope I inspire you to create one for yourself, or at least use this one, because I did a lot of research and I said, what do the most successful people in the world do routinely in the morning and in the evening? And I extracted that and I added that to my life. So here goes. I'm Tristan. This is Your Daily Real Estate. This is a podcast. It's a show, 5 minutes every day to make you better as a real estate agent and as a human being. Today, we're going on the human being side. This is episode 708. If you need this, message me on Instagram and I'll send this over to you. Morning routine. I call it MARVEL because it's an acronym. And here's what it stands for and what you should be doing daily. M is for meditation. It can also be prayer, but you choose, right? And I thought you could do both too. Some days I do both. And for me, it's starting with silence, mindfulness, just relaxation of the mind and reconnecting with myself, just getting quiet. It's all about being still and just relaxing, meditating, breathing in and out. It could be for just 2 minutes. It could be for longer. It could be 10, 20 minutes. I usually am in a hurry, so this is much shorter. Next one, M-A. A is for affirmations. Now, affirmations sometimes has a negative connotation. Sometimes it has a misunderstanding behind it. The very first time I tried affirmations, at least purposefully, was 2006. I remember it because I went to a Tony Robbins event and I learned about it more. And I thought, man, really, this is me speaking the truths about who I want to become and partially who I am too. And I'd rather replace those negative words with positive words and phrases in my life. So I know when things go maybe not the way I want them, I'm repeating things that I know will make me better, or at least will have me prepared to handle what I'm going through. Affirmations, M-A. So I have a set for them in the morning. R, record your previous day. And I use an app called Day One, an amazing, simple app. It's been around for years. I was one of the first users, connected with the owner, amazing owner of the creator of this app. I've been using it since 2011. So it's been a while, so I can go back and check out all these cool stuff, right? You can write it down. It doesn't have to be written. I usually just dictate it, and sometimes I do a short video. Sometimes I just type it in. You can do all of them, and then it reminds you throughout different days. It's like, hey, remember this day, remember that day. It's important to kind of piece it together. I don't usually look back. I write it down, and I never look at it again, unless I'm reminiscing, and sometimes we do as a family. It's kind of nice. V. M-A-R-V. V is visualization. I have a whole process for this, but for me, visualizing, it's pretty easy. Picture how you want the day to go, how you'll show up, what you're going to achieve. And I really center it around self, family, business. I'm like, hey, how am I doing physically? How am I doing mentally? How am I doing emotionally, spiritually? Anything stand out there, Tristan? And then I go to the next. How's business going? Anything I need to focus on that you think may need to? What internally, based on how the last few days have gone, what do I need to pay attention to in my business? What about just me reading things into my business, looking at it and saying, hey, what are my KPIs? What do I want as an outcome? What is this looking like? Anyway, visualization. It can be about your business. It could be about yourself. It could be about family. It doesn't matter. Visualize it. Who do you need to be today to show up as your best self for that? E. Now, this one I learned from Tony Robbins, and it's not about full exercise, right? E is for exercise. It's about really getting your body into motion. Motion enhances emotion. He says motion creates emotion. I would say it enhances it. And so for me, it's about going down and doing 40 push-ups or doing jumping jacks, getting into motion so that for the next minute, you're like, boom, done. Ooh, I feel that. I feel that release of chemicals in my body. I feel good, right? It's not going to replace your full-on exercise, but at least it gets you into the right state quickly, because the next one, MARVEL, is for learning. And for me, sometimes I don't often have the time in the morning to go through and listen to a 30-minute podcast or read an hour of a book or anything like that. So I simply grab a quick book excerpt from a book called The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday, and I read it. I consume it. It's maybe a paragraph, maybe less. It's a quote from a philosopher, a Stoic philosopher, Greek or Roman typically. And then it has the excerpt on interpretation for that. I read it, gets me into the right state. I know I'm ingesting something new, because the challenge that we have in learning is that we often don't do it. And then, like Jim Quick told me from the book Limitless, he said, Tristan, most people are regurgitating their same thoughts that they had last week, and they're not ingesting new thoughts, new things that they're learning and looking at the world differently so that they can change and grow. And I want the same for you. So, marvel. That's what it is. If you need this, in fact, I actually have a PDF for this because I created it years ago. When I created it for myself, I'm like, why don't I create a PDF and have it ready to go? I have it. If you need it, message me. This is episode 708. Message me and let me know that you need this. Have an awesome day.